Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Through Daybreak Part 99. One video from when I said we were gonna arbitrarily end the Let's Play. I said we weren't going past 100 several videos ago. I don't know if you remember that. There was a part of me that thought it'd be kind of funny to just like skip over part 100 entirely so that, you know, I could still maintain my joking word from back then. In that, you know, the Let's Play would end when we got to 100, so we would just skip 100. But then I remembered that, you know, nobody would remember that I said that, and for probably like every 6 months until the heat death of the universe, someone would say what happened to part 100. And I would not necessarily blame them for that. It would be a very understandable confusion, even if it would be slightly funny to me. Not funny enough to actually do it, but funny enough for me to explain that I thought about doing it. You know? Got any grape juice? Take me to the artisanal district. The world's slowest skirt.
Thank you for riding the Aerotram. Please mind your step while the tram is in motion.
This is what happens when you don't fast travel, man. Hey, I'm glad the workshop's okay, but I'm happy to see you safe. We can replace parts, but I can't replace my dad. Well, unless... You two, we got each other, and that's what's important. Didn't expect you to care that much about the shop, though. Honestly, I thought you'd come by and say, now's a perfect chance to revamp the shop floor. Seriously? Would I do that? I mean, it is a good chance. I don't hate you like that. Come on, you're my dad. Allegedly. Yep, sorry, that was a bit mean of me. That's how you know I'm your pops. I know you're not like that. Even though I'm pretty sure nobody in my family, or your mom's family, has green hair. Not even the ancestor. I'm really happy you're alright, especially since I hear the Institute got all torn up. I admittedly didn't think you would care much about the Institute yourself. Of course I do, bud. You got every right to choose your path in life, even if it is a shitty one, a stupid one only dumb people would do. We're gonna be out of class for a while, though. Might be worth a stop by and shadows at the shop for a bit. Talk to some of the other kids at the mines. Gotta learn algebra before you do calculus. Gotta learn the old stuff before you do the new, right? No. Actually, not really. I mean, I guess I could. Wait a minute, you're tricking me. Sorry, bud, can't work on your car. I ain't learned how to make carriages yet. It's, you know, when I finish my carriage training, I can start figuring out what the fucking engine is. Hey, thanks for the help yesterday. I never imagined something like that would happen to me on the job. Goddess almighty. I was in such a good mood too. I was getting along with the artisans. Job was going smooth. Man, trouble really strikes you least expect it, huh? I was just happy to help that lady. Helps you sleep at night knowing I did what I could. Yep, good old street signs with bullet holes in it. We are in America. Thought my dad was against my career path all this time, but evidently not. Sounds like he's accepted it. I swear, it's so hard to tell what's on his mind. I guess it's better to have it sorted out later than never. Maybe some good came out of this after all. 83 people died. Well, I mean, some good. I didn't say a lot of good. I'll be damned. Guess my son never really did care about the workshop. I mean, he really did care about the workshop. I'm an engineer, not a linguist. Can't be speaking all them pretty words. I never could figure out what he was thinking. He's got trouble opening up like that. Gets that from me. Because when he was a kid, he'd start complaining about some nonsense and I'd slap the taste out of his mouth and say, son, I could send you to the mines at any time as my God-given right as a Calvardian. Let's did a delivery run to get some repair materials that were needed in the city. Glad my truck didn't get dinged up. Use it to help everybody out there. Whenever folks need, I can load it up and haul it over. And then the police arrest you. Sorry, your tint is way too dark. I don't want to go there yet.
Now, what's it say?
Don't think there's any good info here. There's plenty of good info. There's Saturday sessions. We gotta stop Britain or help Britain. Marxist form, as we always talk about. DJ services. You say these aren't important? How dare you? How dare you? You don't think the anti-Nazi alliance is important? Real problematic, Van. Real problematic. $201. Oh yeah, we are on the second floor. I was getting ready. I was about to say this is the first floor, damn it. Sitting down for business talks with the vermin, everything just felt like chaos. Couldn't believe my eyes. We were safe inside that building, thankfully, but everyone's shaken, understandably so. Here they attacked some other town too, and now that the roads are closed in response, I'm stranded here. Something I can do, I guess. Well, I may as well take the most out of it if I'm gonna be stuck here. Yep, getting drunk tonight. Putting this on the company card. Man alive. We've had enough problems to deal with before the whole city came under attack. I heard that a lot of tourists are stranded here since they closed all the roads out. They can't get back home. Gotta figure something out for them. Need a place to stay and food to eat. The whole city's falling on hard times, so we gotta help however we can. I'm just a part-timer, but I feel like I really am making a difference. I like seeing people's faces light up when their food arrives. This dude does not work customer service, man. Food here is really good, so it should be a nice pick-me-up for the people out there who need it. That, or maybe the Calvardians are built different. My sister's really fired up. She's been coordinating food and shelter for the stranded tourists. I can't blame her. Normally I'd be worried about chewing through our budget and ingredients, but desperate times and all. My phones and stuff are back online at least, so I'm gonna need to send out some calls to get everything squared away. Everybody's doing what they can right now, and so should I.
Do you know what you want?
Yeah, I want a dang rest. Ah, dang, that advanced the time. The special forces are here. I never dreamed a disaster like this would befall our fair city. I need to make sure all the workshops are holding up. I work closely with them for my job, which is secret. If they're out of commission, it could throw a wrench in our whole pipeline. Now, if it was throwing a wrench into our wrench line, that'd be okay. But more than that, I want to make sure the people are okay. I have to make the most of my connections here. But my name isn't Lawrence. No last name. You could call me Lawrence of Basel. Kinda rolls off the tongue, don't it, Dick? Good to see Millia's okay. I wouldn't want my rival getting injured. There's no point in kicking someone while they're down, you know? I want to beat her at her best. Once the town's back to normal, you bet your butt I'm challenging to another race, one-on-one. Winner take all. Loser goes to the mines with the other degenerates. Ridiculous. I wouldn't have made it out of there if not for you. I can't thank you enough. Tiny kitty, tiny kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Really surprised how strong Katra's gotten. He's really grown up, hasn't he? Unlike the tiny kitty, which is still growing. I'm sure Professor Hamilton will be happy to see that if and when she returns. Tiny kitty, teensy bitsy kitty. Who are these oh, that's the Bracer Guild. I was looking around the workshop for spare bolts for the generator and stumbled upon this. What is it? You make this? Uh-huh, everyone's working their butts off, so it didn't feel fair for me to just sit around. Had to go at making one of these while you were out. I didn't screw it up, did I? Well, actually, no. Pretty well polished compared to other stuff. You say you actually took your time on it for once, you freak. Really can do it if you try, huh? Guess circumstance brought that out in your hand. He complimented me. Yes. Oh, yeah. I can do it when I try. Maybe if I could let this project managers know. Or if you could let them know, I can make sharing more by EOD. Good practice. That'll really help us out and get some more of these. I know it's too good to be true. The road to artisanship is long indeed. Now I've got a goal and I'm sticking to it. Nothing's gonna stop me. I feel like I really helped that I was doing it on my own though. I'm sure I can make them as well, so I've got him yelling at my ears. We're gonna have our hands full for a while to clean up and rebuilding. Warriors really impressed me. Always rushing into things, but really had a good grasp on things this time. I think about time I gave him a little more freedom to shop. I have to think about that once all this is over. Yeah, you're the youngsters from yesterday, and I see catchers with you too. Can't thank you enough for helping me. I gotten word to people using these kind of machine monsters to attack people, but I've never expected to run afoul of one here. I'm not gonna sit around and mope. Long as I've got my arms and my legs, I'm gonna do what I can to help clean up. I sure would if I lost my arms and legs, though. I'd probably just, you know, take it into my own hand. Well, I wouldn't have any hands now that I think about it, because they'd be lost. But I think you get what I'm trying to say. The joke is that Rosette doesn't have any arms and legs. Yep. I may be retired, but I was a damn fine artisan in my heyday, and And that's all the plot stuff done.
Then let's head over.
We'll save all that for last.
Why not stay here and relax?
Willie, you survived. Yesterday was terrible. Willie didn't see it for himself, or Willie's self, I should say. But Willie heard all about it. Willie's no engineer, so repairs and stuff are kind of beyond Willie. But there's gotta be something Willie can do to help. Everybody is out working today deserves a helping hand. A Willie hand. A Willie in their hand. Well, Willie will think of something. Every little bit helps, right? Alright, we're back. I thought I heard the door open, but it was either a ghost or my imagination. I think we all know what answer is more likely. Ren left me in charge here. I'm trying to coordinate all the students so we can get everything sorted out. Student Council's helping me out, which is a big help. I'm still nervous. There's a lot of time before that special unit gets here in the evening. Anything could happen before then. Anything. I just need to make sure the students are all safe and accounted for. Trying to keep all the students inside, but I've had to make a couple exceptions so far. Julian and Lau volunteered to help with the cleanup out there, so I let them outside. Then James snuck out again. Goddess, he's just such a handful. Well, keep my eye out for him, whatever else comes up. You guys be careful too. Hello. I am a person that exists. I may or may not be an artificial being surrounded in living tissue. It is possible I'm a real person who just so happens to be the lamest man alive. Who are you? Yeah, Anya, is this guy bothering you? If so, I can take him out. I will be leaving now.
So,
I feel like I pretty much got the gist of that conversation. I feel like I pretty accurately translated it without actually reading anything that he said. I don't know, let me guess. Oh, my name's Albert. I'm freaking Danya's. I only got in touch with my family. Whew, I'm finally catching my breath. Mom and Dad were both worried. Can't blame them, of course. First we get caught up in a terrorist attack on a field trip, and now we got special forces taking us in. Just my luck, huh? Feels like I walked into the 7 action movie by mistake, huh? Last Action Chignon. I can barely keep myself together. I'm doing a lot better today, thankfully. And it just doesn't feel real, but I don't have the time to dwell on that. Gotta keep on trucking, right, I guess? Trucking convoy and all that. Adette, Julian, they're all amazing, just putting themselves out there without a second thought. I got caught up right in the middle of a work meeting at Vern. Never thought that happened to me. They put the meeting on hold for now. Armada was behind it. I remember they had that attack in Longport recently. In Anchorville, and now here. Man, I don't get it. What's the point? Why are they wreaking all this havoc? I just don't get it. Why do some people break the law? We helped up with the evacuation yesterday, and then that sort of led us here to the hotel. It's tough. Holding up in a cramped little rooms isn't good for anybody's mental health right now. Me reevaluating the fact that I've lived the vast majority of my life in a cramped little room. Don't push yourself too much, okay? You too, especially, Agnes. If things get to be too much, we're always here to help. I feel like I'm living my best life. Well, maybe not my best life, but at least my statistically above average life. Probably. We're pretty busy, so we need to pick up the slack as our fellow council members. We'll hold down the fort here. Be careful out there, okay, Agnes? I never thought terrorists would strike here. Communications are back up at least. We've been swamped with new reservations. There are a ton of people stuck here because they can't go home. I really hope we can get back to normal soon. Getting tired of all this. My name isn't Receptionist. We had some damage to our company vehicles in the attack, but outside of that, we got off really light. And a lot of other companies weren't so lucky. Institute got hit hard too. Still pretty much at capacity, so it's our duty to step up and help the others get on their feet. I want to make sure Cindy can feel safe out in the streets again. Yep, the old Cindy. What a classic Cindy move right there. Who is Cindy again? Goodness! Never thought I'd witness something so horrible. Factory faced significant damages. Be a while until we're fully operational again. I had no idea. It's good that our projects weren't compromised, but our manufacturing side will really be taking the heat now. Also, there's 83 people who died. Somehow they didn't work for us, so we're all good. The due date for what the government armament contract really worries me. Can we make it after this? How's our headcount looking? Do we have any spare hands to direct to that? What if we just tell the government that we're not going to finish it in time and they should give us more money? And then they say, sure, we love you, Vern. I think it'll work. And then we can start doing that all the time, even when we could have finished it on time and under budget. We just won't. And we'll get extra money. Sounds fun. Can you put together a budget plan if you can't get enough to cover repair costs? Certainly I can get that for you. It's nice to see eye to eye. Indeed! Indeed! Couldn't possibly hope for more. Let's work through this together. Right, leave the recovery efforts to me. Good, and leave the money making to me. Basel's in disarray. We all need to work together to surmount it. And by we, I mean you all need to work together to surmount it. For me, the president. At the moment, we're assessing damages to Vern Company and affiliates. Some of our business partners' manufacturing plants are hit particularly hard. We don't know when they'll be fully operational again. But all things considered, the terrorist attack could have been a lot worse. Our total losses don't amount to much. There was that bracer who died. Nobody remembers his name, though. Well, what was that mafia trying to accomplish?
Well,
I heard none of his coworkers liked him very much, and the Bracer Guild is actually expunging his records for dying to an archaism. The first in history of any person to ever be killed by an archaism. Man, can't blame him for locking down the city after the attack, but it still sucks. Really cleaned up our act over the last 2 years and made the city a safer place. That's how we're able to attract so much investment. If we're not a safe city anymore, well, maybe the bank's going to rethink their business strategy here. Might be time to asset some of our investments and switch to a more conservative portfolio. I wish you could conserve these. Ain't that right, Aaron? In light of all the incidents lately, local authorities have suspended rail service. We don't know when we'll be back up and running. Apologize for the inconvenience. Heard there was a terrorist attack in Anchorville too. Can't really blame them. Feels like a lockdown's the only answer. Isn't that letting the terrorists win? Seriously? They wrecked the Leno factory's whole assembly line? They did. There's no timetable for when they'll have everything back up and running. It's over. We can't order anything right now anyway because our suppliers got hit too. Looks like we'll be out of commission for a while. I'm just saying, under President Rocksmith, no robot showed up and started shooting people. I'm just saying. I recall you guys are still using last-gen manufacturing tools over there. Our Factory 3 might have some of those old tools lying around. We retrofitted the place with newer parts. The Vice Manager and I go way back, so I might be able to call in a favor and get that stuff transferred to Leno. It was built to Vern specifications if I recall, but it should work on a Leno assembly line with some tweaking. You really do that for us? Of course, we're friends first and business rivals second. At the end of the day, we have the same passion for automotive engineering. This is fan fiction. I'll shoot him a message. Can you give me a list of your damaged equipment at some point? Angut's factory got hit too, but they produce military vehicles over there, so the cars themselves are mostly fine. Got a good deal of spare parts in stock here, so we're going to try and help supply the other companies with whatever they need. That's what the Vice Manager said, and I'm happy to stick to it. No shot. Unless this conversation was being advertised on a TV, no way. New Chamberlain had connections. I never thought he'd go that far out of his way just for us. Well, I better hold up my end of the plan. I'll get in touch with Factory 2. It's times like these when we've got to put our differences aside and work as a team. We're still open here. Thankfully, the damage wasn't bad enough to make us close. Or close. But business is awfully slow today. I can't blame people. Everyone's out there trying to pick up the pieces. Literally. That said, if you need anything, we're open and ready.
You can even take them out for test drives.
Phew, yesterday was just wild. We were coming home from the Ingrid factory and wham! That's when the attack broke out. Made a beeline for the car and booked it out of there like an action movie, I swear. Hey, do you know why we're narrating what happened to us yesterday? Even though we were both there, and it was yesterday? Now we're stuck here. They closed down the road back to the capital, so now what? And they're saying the Ingrid factory was damaged too. No, maybe we can pitch in and help out some over there. Not a bad idea. There's our chance to pay it forward to our favorite brand. Hey Van, remember earlier when we were, at the school and we were trying to confront Melchior and Lady, and then we confronted them and they were all like, we're the leaders of the gardens. And then we were like, that doesn't impress me much. The only leader of the garden we've impressed was kind of a little bee. And then Rosette blew herself up. Remember when that happened, Van? Really just hope everybody else gets to know about it. Car was made in Basel, so it's really disheartening to see what's going on here. Well, we're stuck here because of the road closures. May as well make ourselves useful while we're out here. When you start laughing because you know you just did a very unfunny bit, but you gotta salvage it some way and hope that the innate communal ability of laughter to transmit will save things. Fuck, all the words were used wrong. But you know, like sometimes you say something really unfunny, and then if you just start laughing at it yourself, it's like there's just that innate contagious factor of laughter that other people start laughing even if they don't get it or think it's stupid. I'm gonna be honest, Calvert. Your cars suck.
Basel Motor Pavilion. Here, you'll find the latest models from Calvert's 4 biggest manufacturers.
Just none of them speak to my soul. All right, let's Oh, so we're at 25 minutes. I'm trying to think if I want to try and finish this video now or do it as a half. Okay, I think we'll try and finish talking to everyone. I don't know, I'm pretty tired. Even our station got shot up. We got a lot of casualties over there. Dread to imagine a second attack. Just can't complain about that PMC stepping in to restore order. With our guys all banged up. Does kind of undermine the authority of the government though. Really rubbed me the wrong way. I got all that strength and no state backing. Freaks me out. Stuff Armada has is just wild. Man, I mean, who knows? They might even have a dang old nuclear bomb. But of course, we know that's impossible. That could be a real problem if they kept unchecked. We don't even know where in Basel they're operating out of. I hate them. Gotta swallow my pride on this one. Gotta get the CID and that PMC in here. Air trains were hitting the attack too. It was a real headache trying to survey the damage and loop back with safety officials. We've just now gotten them back online. Air trains are the backbone of the city's transport network. We need to keep them online no matter what. I got stairs. Thanks so much, young man. Oh, is this your uniform from that big school in the capital? My, you're an upstanding young man. You're probably not a piece of shit or nothing. What? No, that ain't nothing. I just happen to be here. You're embarrassing me, geezer. Geezer? But how was my mother's name? Gotta bounce this old fart at a trip and fall in front of me. Wasn't nothing. Don't need no thanks. Don't want no nothing. Don't need to do no nothing. James has always been a bit of a dick. Guess he's got his reasons for acting like a jerk off. Not really. You know, he's got a good side to him. Shows a little bit of that sometimes. I feel like there's not actually any justified reason to just be a dick to strangers. I know, I'm radical. Thank you ever so much. I just had to go out and buy my groceries in spite of everything going on. Watch your stinking feet, okay? There's still rubble everywhere. Dear, you're right. I could use a hand. Could you help me? What? I just tag along with Julian trying to help him, man. That old box is heavy, man. I can't get her friggin' arms around it. He's a solid metal. They're so damn heavy. And he's just picking them up and hauling them over and over again like they're nothing. Man, he's got too many dang strength orbits equipped. I was thinking how Julian got so popular. I think there's my answer. He ain't just a pretty face.
Right.
Thought I might learn a secret by tagging up on this with him. Man, he's got the brains and the brawn. Total lady killer face, too. I think that's all the broken glass swapped out. The storefront should be fine now. I'm just trying to do what I can. Where I was raised, you're expected to pitch in to help the community in crises like this. And then you conquer the community. Well, what else needs to be done? Sounds like Lyle's stuck it himself out. I'll go cover for him. And then I'll conquer him. Thank the goddess my husband and I made it out alright. We were both working at the same time, but our workshops weren't damaged much. Surprised to see those field trip students jumping in to help evacuate people. They really went out on a limb there, didn't they? They're still kids! Putting in orders for replacement materials. Hopefully we can get back in business soon. Being under direct management should help us a lot. We can just hit up HQ for whatever parts we need. And on a personal level, I want to be a mediator so others get in touch with HQ for help. It's the least I can do to get back to the city. Oh, 1 second. Okay. Well, actually, I didn't actually reply. I just read the message and then thought in my head, okay. There, I thought with my fingers, okay. You need the blueprints for the core actuator? They should be at the Foundation HQ. We co-developed that with Vern. Whoa, for real? We get that and repairs will be a cinch. Wouldn't happen to have a grid map for Factory 3, would you? Reached out to Vern about that, but they're giving me the runaround. Yes, actually. I remember some 10 years ago. At any rate, I'll get that to you as soon as I can. I'm not sure I follow, but I'll see what I can do. City needs us all. We can do what we can to help. Roughwood. Office Roughwood. I don't know if I trust that guy. I don't know if I trust anybody with an office? And they got wood in their name? I don't know. And the Pinus River Software? I don't know about those guys either, man. Dang old Pinus River. It's really not funny, but once I started laughing at it, I started laughing at it more. It's awful, just awful. Can't sit idly by. I want to help however I can. Handling odd jobs while Luce runs the store. She has her hands full as is. We're like a big family here, you know, and family doesn't leave family behind. We gotta pitch in and help each other out. Now, some might say I'm a stalker, considering I just kind of creepily was looking at this woman through the window for like a week straight and then said, hey, can I work here? And they were like, no, not really, but I guess we can, you know, you can go get us lunch. And now I'm calling them my family. It's been really hairy. There are a lot of people injured in the attack, but because of the traffic restrictions, we're low on medicine. I'm working with local pharmacies and medical companies to try and bridge the gap. We're managing now, at least. Having all that research and production right here in the city is a real big strength, I've learned. It'll be a load off my back once these places are back to normal. We can use all the help we can get. Got this volunteer who likes helping out with errands and stuff? He's really weird. Thanks to him, I've been able to focus on all the clerical stuff. He shops here sometimes too, though I couldn't tell you his name. Fucking, oh, Soul Crush. Soul Crush. He actually volunteers here and you don't know his name? You're a horrible person. Okay? The store is like friggin' no square footage. There's no excuse for you to not know who his name is if he actually volunteers for you. Now, if he was just a dude who came in a lot and you didn't know his name, understandable, have a nice day. I'm terrible with names, so I wouldn't be talking shit. But if they're like actually putting in time to try and help you out and you don't know their name, after having met them many, many times at this point, you're kind of like a terrible person. So we finished all the talking a little bit faster than I expected. I'm trying to think if I want to start the side quest or if I want to do like a couple of the main story conversations. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think we should do this one, but I didn't decide what this one would be, so I will stop here. Looking for a sign. It's slot 200. 200 is even. Even starts with an E. Ends in a VIN. But not a VIN. A VIN, of course. Even is like the 2, which is like the second option. The first thing I said was we should do a side quest or we should do the main story. Main story was second. But then you always gotta say You are not it. So that would mean we're not doing the main story. We're gonna do the side quest because it's the first option.
Let's see what we've got.
Oh shit, I didn't mean to skip that. Okay. Well, nobody knows who the request is. They're requesting the CID, eh? It's intriguing for sure. Yeah, it's so intriguing. God, that's crazy. I can't believe they want us to do that. Whatever it is they want us to do. I wonder if they want to talk to us about. Yeah, I wonder too. I guess the message must not have said anything. I'm not gonna say no to potential rendezvous with Kaela. How about you? One of these buttons is fucking right, man. I failed to mention this earlier, but I have a proposition for all of you. It's something of extension of Crown Prince Sheridan's request. Now, if you have the time, would you consider taking on the job? We're waiting at the park in old Newtown, Newtown. Were you here this whole time? Was this strange lady here the whole time? Ah, so you checked the bulletin board, did you? Me writing a 4 SPG. I never thought I'd see the day. Second Lieutenant Kaela! Wouldn't it killed you a bit more direct instead of going the 4 SPG route? Am I speaking to Kaela or am I speaking to the CID? You're sharp. This may seem a bit bureaucratic, but I've submitted this request in the CID's stead. It concerns the armed machines that were released in the city during yesterday's attack. We've confirmed that around half their numbers were destroyed while most of the others were treated with Armada. We've also received word that 2 high-spec units might still be at large within the city. Seriously? Me when I'm fairy? Really? Seriously? Wow. I don't understand any of this. We did encounter a few machines fitting that description yesterday. Yeah, police probably have their hands full with them. Need a cleanup crew. But Marduk and the guild don't really tickle your fancy. Have I got that right? Exactly. Marduk's involvement was the result of President's more heavy-handed approach. We're not too fond of that. And also, you work for free, basically. This is more a matter of professional pride than anything. Special forces are due to arrive in the evening, and they're sure to complicate things. We'd much rather solve this problem ourselves. You want to loan us out to the CID for a day, is that right? Not just the CID, the Principality requested this too, I assume. And whatever the case, you really can't have those things running loose. Makes sense. Out of curiosity, was this Ren or Kincaid's idea? He's pulled together his own task force to address the problem. They're negotiating with the President's office as we speak. At the risk of divulging too many details, he's been pushing for a separate division meant specifically for these tasks. Yep, that tracks, guys. Resourceful to a fault. This really is a job for Marduk of the guild, but I guess CID doesn't want to swallow its pride. It ain't exactly free, though. That's the thing. We got other jobs to do. I think I'll accept it. I guess we can look into this on the side. Lay it on me, baby. Man. Might find a lead or something. Have my gratitude. Here's what we know about these rogue models. They're most probably the same as the models employed by Vegas Films in Tharbad. Oh, those assholes? And 2 of them at that? Oh, you're talking about the samurai thing, or just the generics that we fought? Because they are. How are they hiding in the city to begin with? They're too big. I mean, I guess they're talking about the big old boy. Big old boy, double grad boss fight. Yep, this chapter is the Metal Gear Rising Revengeance reference chapter. You got some kind of optical camo or something? Not to our knowledge, the X-Alba has been patrolling and scanning the city from above since yesterday. Marduk has cleared out the smaller units we found, but the 2 large units have yet to be located. Kincaid does have a theory. He suspects that they're hiding in plain sight and using some sort of radar jamming device to avoid detection. I do remember hearing about special materials that can absorb and reflect orbital waves. The robot could be anywhere. It could be among us at this very moment. Means they're probably looking for a container made of such material, likely brought into the city recently. Either that or a van big enough to hold them. Probably pretty simple to deck one of those out in anti-radar stuff. Van says, knowing nothing about anti-radar stuff. No idea where all mod is driving it around themselves, or whether they're driving around themselves, or if they contracted that out to somebody. Think you can look into suspicious containers and transport vehicles for us? We'll focus on the stuff that's on the other road, out on the road. We'll split up and should have this cleared up pretty quickly. Indeed. I'll mobilize the local authorities and notify Vern and the Artisans Guild. Either of those makes any headway, let's keep each other posted. Thank you very much. What's the move? We hunt down every wayward van in town. We'll be out here all day. Also, I think I found me a wayward van. True. Traffic in and out is closed, but plenty of vehicles remain inside city limits. The main arteries fan out in all sorts of directions. Searching them all would be time consuming. Got the cops on site. We can't leave the crowd control to them. We just got to pinpoint where the transport's most likely to be. Newtown and the artisanal district make the most sense. They got the most traffic, freight especially. We got lucky, or I guess unlucky in this case. We might fish us up a robot. Roger, so we need to find people who drive stuff. Yes, Fairy.
Commencing mission.
Okay. Well, there was that one guy who was all, I got a big truck and I'm driving it on down the road with supplies. Got all kinds of supplies from handkerchiefs to handkerchiefs. That's actually all we got. I work for a handkerchief company. Okay, I'm about to fall asleep recording this, which is always the greatest thing you can say about your own content. So I think we're going to call it here. And next time, we will work on our side quests. Then we will finish our side quests. Then we will do our main story. Then we will track down Callahan and hit his revert driver button, and he'll go back to being a real boy. Definitely. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.